Hi, I'm Megan. I'm 28. I'm originally from Nova Scotia. I've been living in Montreal for 5 years. I was managing a restaurant before all of the COVID restrictions were put in place. I also have been building my brand and my business as an artist for the last few years on the side, so that has become my main priority right now. And speaking on how this has changed my perception of humanity as a whole, of the world, and of myself, it has definitely been eye-opening in a lot of weird ways, I guess. I don't know that I can continue being more shocked by where we're at as a global community. It's really just amazing to see day to day the things that are so unequal and so mismanaged and so ill-prepared. It's really heartbreaking to see kind of the inequality around the world, which is not something that is new or surprising, but to have it shed in another light with this whole pandemic and not being able to distance in, war-torn areas or, countries where they don't have access to the kind of things that we have access to medically, it's another eye-opener on how unequal our world is. I do think it's really interesting to see some of it play out, having women leaders leading some of the countries with the best restriction rates and the lowest virus deaths and stuff. That's really kind of amazing to see. Seeing whatever is going on in the States right now is wild. It is very disheartening to see the disparity in the level of education and of trust and of just access to, proper media and, watching Americans protesting the lockdowns because they want to go to prom or they don't believe in the virus or, they need to get their hair cut and stuff. It's really, really disheartening. But again, not surprising, kind of. It just kind of hits home. It's like hitting the same nail on the head for the last few years of that there is a huge list of inequalities in our societies right now that just are never ending. But personally, I've been coping with all of this. I really have limited my news intake. I try to stay connected and try to stay up to date, but try to be really aware of when it's too much and when it's just bringing me down rather than informing me. Trying to really focus on good news and, sources that are looking for uplifting stories and stuff like that, but also sources that are trusted and that are reputable and things, and really focusing on that side of it so that I know, or that I at least personally feel better in my own knowledge. I grew up a single child of a single mom, more or less. So I'm used to kind of spending a lot of time on my own. I am very happy reading, doing a puzzle, watching TV, just hanging out, listening to music, painting, whatever. So that aspect of it, I feel like I'm thriving right now. I'm kind of doing all my favorite hobbies and I don't have to go to work. So that's kind of cool. I've definitely figured out where I'm less prepared in terms of being my own boss and running my own business and stuff, and that's been where my biggest learning curves are right now, this is the perfect time to do it when I'm not kind of on any deadlines or there's not any other pressures going on. I can just kind of learn everything at my own pace, so that's been really good for me. There's definitely a lot of humbling lessons just about, where I fit in the chain of things and what impact I can have, what my spending habits say about you know, where I've put my money and my efforts over the last few years. I think it's been really eye-opening for kind of what we need, what we don't need, where we were wasting time and effort and energy. I've been really kind of trying to be more aware of that for a little while anyway, so this is another like layer on the cake of just learning about, you know, habits and financial, personal, physical, exercise, all of it, just, you know, trying to implement the best behaviors possible and be aware of where the negative behaviors are coming from, where the negative habits stem from, and how to get rid of them. It's kind of been a very interesting learning curve, like everything else right now, basically. There has definitely been huge moments of like breakthrough for me personally on habits and what resources I'm giving myself and what storylines I tell myself. And yeah, as far as perception of humanity, it's as insane as it ever was, or worse. So, say la vie.